Attention! If you or a loved one has been infected by the Gainesville Plague, you may be entitled to important public health information.
Now, this is a story all about how Gainesville life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute just to sit right there. I'll tell you how it became the plague of a uni called UF. In Southwest Asia, born and raised in the rainforests is where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and transmitting some flu outside of the school. When a couple of villagers who were up to no good started playing with the birds in my neighborhood. I touched one human, our viral capsule got scared. It said, "You're moving with mucus and spit in the throat." I grew and mutated with them day after day. I attacked their blood cells, the flu was on its way. They gave out a kiss and I entered their bodies. I put my capsule on and said, might as well infect it. First transmission, yo, this is bad. Drinking flu right out of a champagne glass. Is this what the people of G-ville be living like? This might be alright. I whistled for a sneeze, and when it came near, this single droplet said contagious and had symptoms in the mirror. If anything, I could say it's this virus is rare, but I thought, nah, forget it, your home's to UF. There are three distinct types of influenza virus, dubbed A, B, and C. Most cases of the flu, especially those that occur in epidemics or pandemics, are caused by the influenza A virus, which can affect a variety of animal species. However, the B virus, which is normally only found in humans, is responsible for many localized outbreaks. The influenza C virus is morphologically and genetically different from the other two viruses, and is generally non-symptomatic, so is of little medical concern. New strains of the influenza virus emerged due to a gradual process known as antigenic drift, in which mutations within the virus antibody binding sites accumulate over time. Through this mechanism, the virus is able to largely circumvent the body's immune system, which may not be able to recognize and confer immunity to a new influenza strain, even if an individual has already built up an immunity to a different strain of the virus. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the different strains of influenza virus. This image illustrates the very beginning stages of an influenza infection. Most experts think that influenza viruses spread mainly through small droplets containing influenza virus. These droplets are expelled into the air when people infected with the flu cough, sneeze, or talk. Once in the air, these small infectious droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. This image shows what happens after these influenza viruses enter the human body. The virus is attached to cells within the respiratory tract, such as the nasal passages and throat. The influenza virus's hemagglutinin or HA surface proteins then bind to the sialic acid receptors on the surface of a human respiratory tract cell. The structure of the influenza virus's HA surface proteins is designed to fit the celiac receptors of the human cell, like a key to a lock. Once the key enters the lock, the influenza virus is then able to enter and infect the cell. This marks the beginning of a flu infection. Here we see an animated representation of the 2018 H3N2 influenza virus. An important observation to be recorded here is in neuraminidase. Neuraminidase plays a major role after the virus leaves an infected cell. It ensures that the virus doesn't get stuck on the cell surface by clipping off the ends of the polysaccharide chains formed when hemagglutinin binds to the sialic receptors in the cell. You should also note that information on this 2018 strain of influenza includes components such as virus type, the location of origin, strain number, year of isolation, and virus subtype.
This is Rebekah Suissa reporting live from Library West. And on today's topic, the Gainesville Plague. The Gainesville Plague is a terrible epidemic. Do you know anybody, or have you yourself been affected by the flu this season?
Yes, I have. My mother actually has gotten it, so it's been pretty rough on her. She had to miss her flight to New York, and I don't know.
That's rough. That's rough. What preventative measures are you taking for this flu season to prevent?
Honestly, I think I just avoid anybody that has a flu or just looks sick in general. I just stay away from them.
Stay away.
Symptoms of influenza include fever, muscle aches, chills, fatigue, sneezing, stuffy nose, sore throat, chest discomfort, cough, and headache. These typically last from 7 to 10 days. If not treated, complications can arise. These complications include pneumonia, bronchitis, sinus ear infections, and if someone does have asthma attacks can happen throughout the flu. These complications can unfortunately lead to death if not treated correctly.
Have you or anyone close to you been affected by the Gainesville Plague?
Yes, right now, yeah.
Right now. You see
Me.
this?
Yes, in the beginning of the semester.
Okay. And what methods are you taking to prevent the flu this season?
I take 2 spoonfuls of honey every morning.
And I use saltwater gargles.
And there you have it, folks.
Antiviral drugs treat the actual sickness itself. It can be taken to make the sickness milder and prevent more severe complications. It should be taken as early as possible, ideally within 2 days of getting sick to maximize its effectiveness. It can be taken later, however. Typically, antivirals like Tamiflu are prescribed to people who are at greater risk of complications, such as hospitalized people, children, the elderly, and immunocompromised people. These home remedies treat the symptoms, not the virus itself. Staying hydrated is very important while sick to flush the body. It is preferable to drink warm water with lemon, honey, or ginger. Ginger is diaphoretic, meaning it promotes sweating, helping your body rid itself of toxins. Raw garlic contains a compound called allicin, which contains important medical qualities including antibacterial and antiviral effects. Another common home remedy is bone broth soup, containing a cocktail of immune system supporting minerals like collagen, glutamine, glycine, and proline. Popular in Asian medicine, acupuncture is another alternative to boosting the immune system and relieving the body of fever, muscle aches, and chills.
Fact?
Or not?
The flu vaccine is made from an inactivated strain of the virus, meaning it cannot transmit the infection. So, people who get sick after receiving a flu vaccination were going to get sick anyways. It takes a week or 2 to get the protection from the vaccine. People often assume that because they got sick after getting vaccinated, the shot caused their illness. However, this is not the case. Fact?
Or not?
While it's especially important for people who have chronic illnesses to get the flu shot, anyone, even healthy folk, can benefit from being vaccinated. Current CDC guidelines recommend yearly vaccinations against influenza for anyone over 6 months of age, including pregnant women. Fact?
Or not?
Influenza may cause bad cold symptoms like sore throat, runny nose, sneezing, hoarseness, and coughing. But in the United States alone, 36,000 people die and more than 200,000 are hospitalized each year because of the flu. During the 2017-18 flu season, flu activity has significantly increased throughout the majority of the country, with the H3N2 viruses predominating so far, according to the Centers for Disease Control. A H3N2 virus-predominant influenza season has been associated with more hospitalizations and deaths in people aged 65 years or older, as well as in young children. It's not too late to get a flu shot, even if it doesn't prevent you from getting the flu. It can decrease the chance of severe symptoms. Fact?
Or not?
Going against what your parents may have told you, the only way to catch the flu is by being exposed to the influenza virus itself. Flu season coincides with the cold weather, so people often associate the flu with a cold, drafty environment. However, they are not related. Fact?
Or not?
All pregnant women should get the flu shot as soon as possible. The flu shot is very safe for pregnant women, and getting it can even protect your baby for the first few months of life. Antibodies that form in response to the shot will not only protect you from the flu, they will protect your baby after birth and be delivered via breast milk, according to the CDC. Fact?
Or not?
The influenza virus mutates each year, so getting vaccinated annually is important to make sure you have the immunity against the strains most likely to cause an outbreak each season. Oh.
Have you or a loved one been affected by the Gainesville Plague?
Well, this was unexpected, but yes, actually my roommate was very sick for a few weeks and I had to keep my distance.
And what are you doing to protect yourself from the plague?
Just your basic wash your hands after the bathroom, sneeze into my elbow, basic stuff.
Great stuff.
Let's talk about this public health. Courtesy. Viruses. Yeah.
Said Gainesville Plague, you can cough with me if you wanted to. This is important, this is helpful. Prevention's what you gotta do. At campus, you can get it all if you wanted to. If you're quick, cut a virus off, it won't get comfortable. Look, I don't get sick now, I make bottle moves. Say I'm in class now, I make bottle moves. If I cough, I don't wheeze, that means I'm uncomfortable. I'm a doc, you a college kid, I make bottle moves. Now they say they gon' do what or who. Let's find out and see. Courtesy, you know where I'm at. You need vitamin D. You in the clinic just to party. I get viral therapy. I be in and out so much I will not catch disease. Honestly, I feel so nauseous about who ain't got shots like me. Dropped 2 vaccines in 6 months. What doc working as hard as me? I don't bother with these germs. Don't let these germs bother me. They say x-rays, they see illness, healthy, but I'm trying to be. Look, I might just cover my face, I might just put on a mask, I might stay in my bed, drink that juice like a lake. They wanna feel good today, I'm like okay. Don't let the flu do what it wants, so you can get perfect grades and a degree. When I start to get warm, I'm at the front of the line. Hit me with emergency. You know, you probably heard of that. Did a dab and didn't sneeze. Hope you kids know it ain't cheap, and I pay insurance bills. I ain't got no time for ill. Think these germs be mad at me. In my system, they can't chill. The Gainesville Plague, you can't sneeze with me if you wanna do. This important, this is helpful. Prevention's what you gotta do. Hit the clinic once a week. I don't want the flu, and I'm quick. Cut a virus off, it won't get comfortable. Look, I don't get sick now, I make bottle moves. I don't miss class now, I make bottle moves. If I cough and I don't wheeze, it means I'm uncomfortable. I'm a doc, you a college student, I make bottle moves. If you a virus, you get stopped. You a strain, you get popped. Bet you come around my way, you can't hang around my block. And I just checked your account, turns out you're sick, you're sick, you're sick. And I put my arm around my mouth, I bet you sip, you sip, you sipped. I say get the prescription and go, hurry up and take the dose. Drink liquids, glitter is gold, tell the syringe play the role. I just threw up in the trash, just coughed in a mask. I need to fill up the tank, no you need to quit muscle aches. I need to let these gauges know that none of you students is safe. I go to dinner with soup, only the ill can relate. I used to live in SHCC, now it's the dorm with the gate. Doc got the pills like Mike and Ike's. Had to let these students know in case the CDC forgot it. I just went and checked the news, another case just hit the block. Said Gainesville Plague, you can't cough with me if you wanna do. This important, this is helpful. Prevention's what you gotta do. At campus you can get it all if you wanna do. If you're quick, cut a virus off, it won't get comfortable. Look, I don't get sick now, I make bottle moves. Say I'm in class now, I make bottle moves. If I cough, I don't wheeze, that means I'm uncomfortable. I'm a doc, you a college kid, I make bottle moves.